With so many marketing messages coming across our screens, our phones, and even in person, women business owners need to find a way to stand out and attract their ideal clients. They can do that when they build their business with integrity. Yes, I said integrity, maybe not the word you're thinking of, but you will be irresistible. And don't take my word for it. Today, we have two experts here today who are going to share how to go from where you are right now to having a high integrity, irresistible business. So welcome, experts, and hello, Biba.
Hi, hello, Laura. I'm Biba Pedron. I'm a business and mindset expert. I'm right now in Miami, and you can find me at bibapedron.com/US.
Great to have you, Biba. And hi, Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Manyon, and I am calling in from, well, not really calling clearly, but I'm coming in from magical Ashland, Oregon. I'm known as the Business Marketing Architect, and you can find me at rightoncreative.com.
Love that. I'm so glad you're both here because I know you both have high integrity. You're passionate about that. You're passionate about working with people who, to get their business to be irresistible. So, and with integrity. So Biba, I was wondering if you could share some advice with our viewers today on how they can build their business with integrity.
Yeah, thank you. The way that I help women entrepreneurs to build a business with integrity is, first of all, helping them to grow the mindset and the confidence, because that will be the first part. And in order to have this confidence, what I tell them very often is that in a way to how to eliminate the imposter syndrome. So it's by reading and watching the testimonials again and again and again. And I like when I tell them that I want you to read them or to watch them until you have the feeling that you have like a truck coming to your face, because they have to understand and recognize the value first to have a business with integrity. And then from there, they will be to be more comfortable. They will be to have more confidence. They will be to able to raise the prices and stop undervalue them, because women entrepreneurs have this tendency to say, oh, if I'm cheaper, I will have more clients and it will be easier. But if you're cheap, well, you don't sell your own expertise. So how do you want to have the integrity in that case? And usually what I do with my clients is in a first or second session, I teach them, after we spoke about mindset, on how to double or triple the prices, and even often to add a zero to the prices. And then they can start a business with integrity and really recognize what the value and what they bring to people and how they can impact people. And as I said, if you start a business, you have to find a way to change your life, to transform your life with your business, but you also have to transform your client's life. That's very important.
That's huge. That's a great point. So I love the point, the simple tip that you gave, but it's so magical, because if you're watching testimonials that clients have given you already, and if you haven't, I suppose you recommend go get them, right?
Yeah. And because very often, first of all, the people forget to ask for testimonials, but then they do business, they have great results. Sometimes I see my clients' testimonials and I see the result that they have, but they don't get it. They don't understand that they are the one who solved that problem, who helped that person, who solved their life. And recently I had a client who I told her for a month and a half that she has to read it. And then she came back to a session and she said, I spent the whole Sunday afternoon and I did what you said and I watched it. And after that, she went from €380 for a 7 months program, which I was like, well, really? Finally, she got it. And she said, I finally understand that I save people's lives, because she helped them to lose a lot of weight and without any surgery. And then as soon as she did that, within 2 weeks, she went from 380 euro to 100 to 1,000 to 1,400 to 1,800 to 2,800 for the same program. And recently, she even told me that now it's still 2,800, not for 7 months, but for 3 months, because she finally got it, that what she brings to the person, and she was able to save a lot of lives.
Nice. Yeah, it's so powerful when when we get our own value, and that there is a high integrity in that. And Lisa, I wanted to go over to you because I know you are passionate about helping people build their business with high integrity messages. What advice do you have for them?
Well, first of all, I'm so excited to talk about integrity-driven businesses in general, because my whole platform is built on creating marketing messages with integrity. And my best advice to the majority of people out there is to unlearn many of the tactics that you've been taught, especially the poking at pain points and agitating and fear-based marketing. The best way to build a business based on integrity is to really understand that your values equal value. So you must infuse those into everything you do. And if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. So while serving mission-driven women across the globe, many of them have come to me feeling very stuck. They want to have a business that's fully aligned and in integrity. And what they're finding is many of those techniques that are taught do not align with their values, their vision, or their mission, and they're looking for a different way. So focus on passion points, be true to your values, and make sure that you dial in your message. There's two things that will never go out of style, and this is particularly of interest now with AI really ramping up and being a hot topic. Two things will never go out of style: your message and your strategy. So you have to be very clear about those. You can course correct those no matter what new technology comes our way. And I think it's important just to think, to really take a breath, roll back into your soul and think about, does this feel right to me? Is this going to really work for me in the long run? And what I found is, while some of the pain point marketing can work, what it does is it actually perpetuates buyer's remorse, return rates, and chargebacks. So keep it real. That is my best advice.
And do you want to share your framework for that?
I would love to. Yeah, absolutely. So while watching some of the greatest people out there on the planet, and many of them are really wonderful, well-meaning people, teaching the problem, agitate, and solve approach, I realized we needed to do something different because it was not landing, especially when we get to the agitate piece where we're poking at those pain points. And so I just sat back quietly watching and finally named my framework well over a decade ago, probably close to 2 decades now. I can't remember, and it's challenge, solution, and invitation. And just the energy between those words is so much different, right? So it's very simple. The challenge, you've got to know it. So you need to meet people where they are with empathy and understanding. The solution, you need to be it, which means you need to share what you offer. But beyond that, and just like Biba mentioned, get those testimonials, those case studies, those results that show that you're a proven thing, that what you do works. And by the time you offer your solution in that way, you have equipped people with the information they need to make an informed decision. It will either be a yes or a no. And actually, you won't even have to overcome objections when you're clear. You won't even have to do any of that. It eliminates it. And you set yourself up to extend a very friendly invitation. And that invitation is to do whatever you want them to do next. So for example, if people go to themessengerquiz.com, they can find out their messenger type and learn how to apply this for themselves at no charge.
That's great. I love the framework of that and the energy of those words, the challenge, solution, invitation. It's just nice. And then when you do what Biba said, and you get to that point where you own your value, you can create that message so much powerfully. And that's why I love that, Biba, you start people off on the right track. So I want to learn a little bit more about each of you. And Biba, I was hoping you could share, who do you work with and what do you do with them?
I work mainly, I would say pretty much only with women entrepreneurs, solo entrepreneur, and in the US or French market. And really what I want them, as my motto is, I do what I want, where I want, with who I want and when I want, and making sure that money is never an issue. So it's really what I want to show them that they can do, because most of the people, it's a luxury that we all have, but we don't all take. So I want to show them that it's something possible. So that's why, including mindset and marketing, I really help them to grow the business to take to the next level. And with my formula, strategy, visibility, impact, I help them to usually double or triple their revenue in 90 days, realizing the passion. And understanding that the business is the opportunity for them to make all the decisions they want, to realize all the the dreams that they have and understand that it's possible for them. For example, I recently took them to a retreat in Dubai, and the next one will be in Miami soon. And just to show them that that kind of event that I probably think it's for the elite and for people who have a lot of money, they can have that the everyday lifestyle with the business and how they can create that with the business. And one thing that and just strategy, visibility, impact means that you need to have a marketing strategy in your business. Other than that, you don't have a business. You need to have the visibility, because you may have the strategy, but if nobody knows who you are, well, it doesn't change anything. You can't impact anybody. And then the impact is when you have the strategy and the visibility, that's where you will be to impact people. And as I said, for me, it's very important to either bring an experience or transform people's life. And not only for the time that we work with them, but for the rest of their life. And they will change. And that's what I work a lot with mindset, because I want to change that for them to have an XXL mindset so they can keep it and not come back to their own routine. And one of the things that I do, I would say for the past 2-3 years, especially since the COVID hit, it's how to create your own economy. Because everywhere in the world right now, whether it's in France, in the US, Canada, or anywhere else, we heard about recession, about inflation and everything. And then yet we know that each time there is a recession or a financial crisis, people get down or other people boom. So we all have the same situation. So why some people can't get it? And that's really how I teach them on how to create their own economy. So even if right now everything is price is double, the plane, whatever it is, even Avis, I mean, not just Avis, but you rent a car right now, they triple the prices. Why? Does it have to do with the recession? Why? We don't know, but it's the truth. So if you have a business that can support your lifestyle, you know how to make more money. Even if you have to pay double for everything, you will do more marketing. But if you know how to do marketing correctly, you just have to do more marketing and probably do more offers. Maybe you have to raise your prices, but then you continue to have the exact same lifestyle and continue to do whatever you want.
And do you have a quick story about how you help someone do that?
Well, I had a client, and I like this example because I have a lot of women who come, when they come to me, they work per hour. And they know that as soon as they start working with me, it's just forbidden to do that. So one of them, she used to sell for 60 euro or dollars or something an hour. And then I teach her on how to create an offer, not to sell just an hour, but how to create an offer. And we created a 2,000 euro offer. And a lot of people also say that they need a big list in order to make money. I taught her to contact only a few people that she already knows who had the needs that she was giving according to her expertise. She contacted only 20 people, sent 2 emails, and in 2 emails, she made 20,000 euro. In 2 emails and 1 week, and only 2 people, when before that, she was not even making 10,000 a year. So when you do that in a week, when you learn how to do that, then you can, of course, duplicate. And then it changed against the life, because that's woman, she is a solo mom, and she had 2 kids. And of course, the rest of the business. But for me, I help them with the business. But what's more important is what's changed for her family. Now she can have more vacation with the kids, gift whatever she wants to have. And I even have another client who, with working with those strategy, was able to buy a house. And then she contacted me to say, I have to tell you, because I would never imagine that I would be an owner of the house one day. So that's what I say when I mention that you have to transform your client's life, not just give them something during the time they work with them.
Yeah. And through their transformation, they helped other people transform. That's beautiful. That's great. Thank you for your good work. Lisa, tell us about who do you work with and what do you do with them?
Absolutely. So I serve mission-driven entrepreneurs and business owners across the globe, typically authors, speakers, coaches, teachers, healers, even light workers. And so seemingly they have nothing in common, yet they have 2 very common threads. They are not aligned with pain point marketing. They're super excited about passion point marketing. and they want to make a big difference in the world. And so I help them do that with integrity by, first of all, dialing in their core message, because we need a core message for everything that we do, our overarching message for our business and for each of our individual products and services. So we get really clear on that, make sure that's aligned with absolute deep integrity, and then create their strategy. As Biba mentioned, you can't get anywhere if you don't know where you're going, right? So that's very, very exciting for me. And I do that in a multitude of ways. I do that by one-on-one coaching and consulting. And I also do that through teaching, training, and transforming through speaking events and different things like that, just to help kind of remove those energetic blocks that have been put in place because we have been subconsciously brainwashed to think that pain points are the way to go.
That's awesome. I'm really curious. How did you get into doing this?
Well, it's funny because I've been in the business for a very long time. Right On Creative is almost 20 years, it'll be 20 years this year. And I was working for an ad agency. I resigned and had to go global because I had a non-compete in that local market. So I started studying with the top copywriters out there and top marketers. And one of the things that I noticed is they were all teaching pain point marketing. They were all teaching the problem, agitate, and solve. So I sat back quietly for a while thinking, gosh, this just doesn't feel right. And I was naturally doing my magic the way that I do it. And people were coming to me. They were being magnetized to me, which is what happens when you do business with integrity, right? And they were like, Lisa, we don't know what you're doing, but we know you're doing something different. Can you help me? And they'd show me their messaging, whether it was a website, a brochure, you name it. And it was all pain point marketing. And I'd just bring them back to center and say, is this how you would speak to a friend? Is this something you would respond to? And they were like, no, it's not. So finally, I started speaking out about it. I was featured on the cover of Aspire magazine and had to write an article about my process, at which point I finally named it, which is another nugget: name it and claim it, because it will take on a life of its own. So that's really how I started doing it. I just saw that there was a different and better way to do things. And I wanted to be fully aligned with what felt good to me. And also I wanted to help people because I did see the damage that was being done by some of the pain point and manipulative tactics where, people were losing lots of money and they weren't delivering what they promised, and all of these things that just, again, do not align with integrity. And that's not how we roll.
Yeah. And both of you are talking about, creating these high integrity businesses. From Biba, where you talk about, getting your pricing in alignment with your lifestyle and what is really important so you can eat and then be giving more impact, and at least aligning them to, and both of you align with the passion that's within, but having a framework for messaging it out, and then a strategy to get it in the hands of other people, in the ears or the eyes, the brains of other people. So it's great work. And you two are prime examples of the rich expertise we have here at Women Speakers Association in our membership. And there's so many resources available, and a lot of it has to do with the connections you make. I'm wondering about the value that you've already received or looking to further receive from Women Speakers Association. Biba, how's this been for you?
Well, I joined a long time ago, and Women Speakers Association is what I like is we have all the same goals. As a speaker, we know that we have a mission, we have a message, and we want to impact people. So first of all, we all help each other with the same goals. And then with the difference meeting, it's a great opportunity to meet other women, to do partnership with other women, to exchange, to do different things together. Then we can grow together and we can impact more together. So I really like that. And also because it's a global organization, and that's the word of my years, global. I do everything global this year. I take my clients to global and everything. And I really like that I live in the US now for 20 years, and I love working in with different countries, different languages. And it's very important because sometimes you can see something in other country or in other culture that you can bring to your culture, and all together, that's of course work much better. So, and we can have a bigger impact. So I love I like the networking. I like the events that we have. I like the training that you're giving also, because we're always learning from other experts in the group, and that's how we grow all together.
It is that collaboration, the connection, and the global nature of our organization is so rich with opportunity, really. And like you said, things to learn. So Lisa, how about you? What, through your tenure with Women Speakers Association, what is the value that you've gained?
First of all, I love Women's Speakers Association. I was involved even prior to it being born. So it's kind of, very near and dear to me. And throughout the years, it is the connection and collaboration. And Biba mentioned her word for the year. My word for this year is interconnected. And I think that really sums up how the Women's Speakers Association rolls. We connect with each other across the globe. We're able to share and help transform one another. And it's also a global platform where we can share the results that we get for our clients. And, whether it's a small result like just transmuting energetic blocks to get people to create marketing messages with integrity, to mapping out their strategies so they can create $1 million results. We are able to tap into a rich resource of women who are both colleagues, friends, and clients.
I love that. That is so what we're up to. If you want a place to tap in to resources, opportunities, visibility strategies, training, connection, more clients, guess what? Women's Speakers Association might just be for you. So check it out at joinwsa.com. And if you just want to get on our mailing list and get a free download of a speaker success plan, which is kind of your roadmap to getting your speaking organized, go to speakersuccessplan.com and download it for free, and we'll stay in touch, and we'll tell you about the networking meetings and the trainings that you can attend, even if you're not yet ready to join. But there's so much here for you. We welcome you. We want to get your message out to the millions. Thank you so much, Biba and Lisa. Your wisdom here will impact lives, and your wisdom with your clients and those future clients. They are so lucky to have you, and we are lucky to have you too. So we'll be back next time with a great, another Premier Women show. And I'm Laura Rubinstein, your host and producer. Bye for now.
Bye-bye, and hope to see a lot of women joining us.